After Dark. We are going to discover how to harness the power of difficult planetary configurations for your personal growth and empowerment. Okay. And so this is the second step in the natal healing method framework, the A step, um, which is aspects. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay. And so if you are new to me, to my channel, or to any of my content in social media land, my name is Katrice, and I am the natal chart navigator, and I'm a divorce recovery strategist. And I teach divorced women how to emotionally balance and heal themselves using their natal charts so that they can go through the 5 stages of divorce faster and with grace and ease. Okay. And so, welcome to another episode of Astrology After Dark. And so, tonight we are talking about challenging aspects. Okay. So, there are like 5 major aspects. Okay. But what we're going to be talking about is the squares, oppositions, and conjunctions. Now, we're going to be talking about these with malefic planets, but also just in general. Okay. So, if you have your natal chart, you can go ahead and pull it up. Now, when you're looking in your natal chart, the there's a little chart on your, if you go to astro.com, if you're pulling it up through astro.com, your natal chart. Okay. If you pull it up through astro.com, they have like what's the thing called, a little chart. Okay. They have a little chart that you can, it shows all your aspects. Okay. Now, if you're looking it up on a different software, like use lunar astrology, and so it looks different. Okay. On there, but if you're using astro.com, it's a little chart. Now, I recommend when you first start looking at your chart, if you're like brand new to astrology, then you want to pull it up on astro.com because it's absolutely free. And I have a tutorial on how to pull up your chart from astro.com on the channel. Okay, so if you go on the homepage in the what's the thing, the campus tour, then you will see the tutorial there. Okay. All right, so let's first understand what challenging aspects are. Okay, so in the chart, you're gonna see like a little square, a triangle, a little star. Looks like a little pole that has 2 little circles on the end, and then there's a circle with like a little line coming out of it. Okay, those are the major aspects, symbols. Okay, and so the circle with the line coming out is the conjunction. The line with the 2 circles on the end is the opposition, and then the square is the square. Okay. Now the other two, the star is the sextile, and the trine is the triangle, and those are more favorable, positive aspects, and the others are more unfavorable aspects. Okay. All right. So um, challenging aspects involve planetary relationships that can create tension, contrast, or difficulties in various areas of your life. Okay. And so now let's talk about the squares. Okay. Squares occur when 2 planets are about 90 degrees apart. Okay. And so this aspect signifies a dynamic, intense relationship between the 2 planets involved, often leading to internal conflicts and external challenges. Okay. So, for example, if your sun is in a square aspect to your moon, you might experience inner conflicts between your conscious desires and your emotional needs, requiring balance and integration. Okay. Um, for me personally, um, of all the aspects, I personally think that the square is the most challenging. Okay. For somebody else, it may be something different. But the square, I don't have many oppositions in my chart. Um, but the squares that I have are pretty crap, intense. They're pretty intense. Okay. And so for me, squares are pretty they're pretty they're pretty rough. Okay. Now oppositions occur when two planets are directly across from each other, creating a 180-degree angle. Okay. And so this aspect represents polarity, highlighting the need for balance and integration between the two opposing forces. Okay. And so, for example, an opposition between Mars and Venus may indicate challenges in reconciling your assertiveness and in cooperations in relationships, requiring a conscious effort to find middle ground. Okay. And so now, if you have not gotten your free natal healing method framework, okay, you definitely want to go and get that. Now, the link to that, to my link tree for you to get that, is in the description of this video. So you want to go ahead and click that, okay? And we are on the second step of the framework, which is aspects. That's what we are discussing now, okay? And then the conjunction with the malefic planet, okay? Now, conjunctions happen when two planets are in close proximity, usually within 10 degrees of each other. And while not inherently challenging, the nature of the planets involved is what determines the impact, okay? Now, malefic planets are considered Saturn and Mars, okay? They are considered the greater malefic and the lesser malefic, okay? Saturn is the greater malefic and Mars is the lesser malefic, okay? So, example, a conjunction between Saturn and Mercury might bring a serious and disciplined approach to communication, potentially leading to self-critical thoughts or challenges in expressing oneself freely, okay? I do have this configuration. I have Mercury conjunct my Saturn. It's in the sign of Libra, okay, which both planets love being in Libra. Saturn is exalted in Libra, okay, so it functions exceptionally well. And Mercury, which is the ruler of Virgo and Gemini, likes being in Libra. Libra is air energy, okay? And so I do have this conjunction, and I'm not someone who can I don't like what's it called? Like superficial conversations. Like it needs to have some type of meaning, okay? Or something where I am learning something, okay? I don't want to be just learning, just like hearing about celebrity lives, okay? That's one thing that having a Saturn conjunct Mercury, you don't care. You really don't care what they have going on because you have real life things going on in your life, and so you're not really focused. Stuff like that just don't do nothing for you. Now there's other people who they love celebrity drama, right? They definitely don't have Saturn conjunct their Mercury, okay? And so while now, like I said earlier, I don't see conjunctions as being like super bad or super challenging as say the square or the opposition. But depending upon the placements, okay, the planets that are involved in the conjunction, then it definitely could be something that's pretty challenging, okay? And so when you understand the aspects in your natal chart, then you understand how the energies interact with each other, and it gives you a better perspective on how to harness, how to focus that energy. Okay. So the key is to recognize that these challenging aspects offer opportunities for your growth, for your self-awareness, and for your transformation, okay? And they act as cosmic invitations to overcome obstacles, integrate conflict and and integrate conflicting energies for a more harmonious existence. Okay. And so you definitely want to pay attention in your chart to how many squares you have, how many oppositions you have, and how many conjunctions you have. Because having a whole lot of challenging aspects can make you have a lot of soul growth, okay, that may be required of you in this lifetime, okay. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Especially like looking at your life path, you got to pull up your chart, seeing where your north node is. That will give a whole lot of insight into your path, why and how you should use those challenging aspects. Okay. Um, and so I'm going to talk about embracing the shadow work. First, let me explain my version of shadow work, what I think shadow work is. Okay. Um, when you look at energy, okay, energy is neither positive nor negative. It just is. Okay. And it just flows. Okay. And so if you direct that energy towards things that are unfavorable, then you're going to, that's, to me, that's what shadow work is. Okay. And it's also the parts that it's like when you don't really recognize that it's there, but you're trying to figure out why you do the things that you do. That is, you know, shadow work. Okay. Um, Pluto in your chart, I have Pluto conjunct Mercury and Saturn. So Pluto, Mercury, and Saturn are all conjunct in my natal chart. Okay. Pluto is power. Pluto is also subconscious energy. And so where you have Pluto in your chart is where you can start your shadow work. Start embracing your shadow work. Okay, start looking into you know, those unconscious thoughts or those unconscious things that may be going on. Okay, within that house. Okay, and not just within that house, but also within the element. Okay. So I have it in air, in Libra. And so you want to, it'll affect my Aquarius house. Okay. Because it's conjunct my Mercury. So it can affect my Aquarius house and my Gemini house and have a lot more profound impact on those houses than say if it was say because it's in the same element, not say because it's in the same element. Okay. um and so when you embrace your shadow work, it helps you to emerge um as your true self, because you are recognizing that life is not all sunshine and rainbows, and neither are you. And there are some dark times, there are some down times, because the law of polarity says if there's a good, then there's a bad. Okay. Um, there is opposites. Okay. So here's how the shadow work and your astrological challenges intersect. Okay. So the challenging aspects in your natal chart also often represents parts of yourself that you may not readily embrace or acknowledge. Okay. And so these can manifest as inner conflicts, repeated patterns, or obstacles in various life areas. Okay. And so shadow work in astrology begins with recognizing these aspects without judgment and understanding that they are an integral part of your overall makeup. Okay. This is not something for you to be embarrassed about. It is actually there for your growth. Okay. Remember, everything is happening for you, not to you. Okay. Because when you think that things are happening to you, then that's when you have transitioned into that victim mindset. And when you realize that things are happening for you, then that is a victor mindset. That is a winning mindset. Okay. Um, Now, you also want to confront your inner conflicts, okay? And so your astrological challenges um, can create inner tensions and conflicting energies. And so shadow work help involves facing these conflicts head on, acknowledging the discomfort and understanding the underlying aspects, okay? And so by confronting the inner conflicts represented in your chart, you can gain clarity on your motivations, on your fears, and your desires, paving the way for your personal growth. Okay. Um, Now, shadow work also aims at integrating the fragmented or disowned aspects of the self. Okay. And so, similarly, astrological challenges provide opportunities for your integration and achieving a more balanced and harmonious expression of your planetary energies. Okay. And so, by embracing and integrating the lessons of the challenging aspects, individuals can move on towards a state of wholeness where all the facets of the personality contribute to a more authentic and complete self. Okay. And so when you look at this, okay, and you are looking at your you balancing yourself, okay, you getting yourself balanced emotionally after divorce, okay. Shadow, there's working on your squares and like working on all of your challenging aspects, those that is going to really help you to accelerate your healing time, right? Because those are the things that require action. Okay. One of my astrology mentors, um, he says that squares and oppositions are they are what move you to make change. Okay. Now, in another later episode, I'm going to go over the trine and the sextile. Okay, those are more favorable, free flowing energies. But I'm going to talk about how you can really fumble the ball with that energy and not really put it to like use it at its full potential and capacity, and you can really like miss out on some good in your life by not really tapping into that. Okay, because those energies, because they're so favorable and they're so easy, we can forget that you still have to direct the energy. Okay. um so that it'll move. Okay, because energy, it just is, and you direct it however you want to direct it. Okay, but that's going to be in another video, another session live. But the squares and the oppositions, the challenging aspects are what gets you to move so that you can make the changes in your life. They can become so uncomfortable that you have no choice but to um, acknowledge them and start working with the energy so that you can move on to the next phase of your healing and your journey. Okay. um Now, what you want to do is you want to embrace the journey. Shadow work is an ongoing cylindrical what's the thing called cycle. It's a cylindrical process. I think I said that wrong, but it's okay. Much like the continuous evolution indicated by your transits um, and progressions, which progressions are a higher level of astrology. Embracing the journey of your growth and your self discovery through both modalities allows individuals to navigate life with greater authenticity and purpose. Okay. And just like I was saying earlier, when you really start to work with that aspect energy, then you really see how those planets, how those energies interact, and you really learn how to navigate that energy, how to direct that energy for it to work the way you want it to work. Okay. And so by integrating the principles of shadow work with your astrological chart, you can harness the energy of challenging aspects to catalyze profound personal growth. And this integrated approach encourages self-acceptance, resilience, and a deeper connection to the underlying cosmic energies in you. Okay. Now when it comes to transmuting these challenging energies, you can. Here's a couple of things you can do to help you to transmute this energy. Okay, one is my favorite, journaling. Okay, regularly journal about your experiences, emotions, and insights related to the challenges presented in your natal chart. Write with honesty and openness, exploring the patterns and themes that emerge. Nothing beats journaling. Nothing beats journaling. I don't care what nobody say. Um, I have a journal, and the current one that I'm working in, because I don't write in it every day. But I do have one that I've been writing in since 2019, and about a few weeks back, I just sat one day and really I started from the beginning when I first started writing, and I read all the way up until that point. And I was just like, the growth that has gone on within me is absolutely amazing. And I'm glad that I captured it. I'm glad that I captured it, that I wrote it down so that I could go back and reflect on where I've come from. 2019, 2020, though 2021, those were some hard years for me. And, to be able to go back and to read that and to see how much I have transformed myself. I am literally so not the same person that I was. Um, and so journaling is an amazing way for you capture um, to capture how you have changed and grown. And then positive affirmations. Everybody preaches about positive affirmations, and positive affirmations are really good for you to connect. Now, another thing that's really good is when you are doing your mirror work. So you can do your affirmations, say them looking at yourself in the mirror. Okay. And that would be able to help you to transmute that energy as well. Okay. Now, another thing you could do is energy healing. Okay. You can do Reiki and do an energy clearing. Okay. Um, Reiki will help to clear and balance your energies, especially associated with these challenging aspects. And a skilled practitioner should be able to help you to release any energetic stifleness, and promote the flow of positive energy. Okay. And also crystal healing. You can work with crystals that resonate with the energies of the planets involved in those challenging aspects. So, like you can use hermaphrodite for grounding, or rose quartz for promoting self-love and emotional healing. Okay, and that's what we talk about here on this channel is emotional healing. And so, get you some rose quartz. Another good quartz to get is clear quartz. Okay, and then conscious decision making. Okay, so you can actively make choices aligned with the positive expression of the planets involved in challenging aspects. Okay, now be aware of your decisions and their impact on your life, steering towards constructive actions. Okay, and then setting intentions. Okay, so you can set intentions for your personal growth and transformation related to the specific challenges in your chart. And so you can regularly revisit and reaffirm these intentions, staying committed to your path of self empowerment. Okay. Um, And so I didn't say this at the beginning because I wanted to just go ahead and get it started, but get the live started tonight. But if you are wanting to um, have me take a look at your chart and to go over your chart with you to see what it is, look at the aspects involved, give you a energy. It's recorded, so it's going to be a energy audit, okay, of your chart. That's not the full chart. It's houses one, one, eight, 1, 4, 6, 8. No, it's not. It's yes, it is. It's 1, 4, 6, 8, and 12. I know I was missing one. Okay, so houses 1, 4, 6, and 12. Those are the healing houses, and then we have the sixth house, which is the house of illness and sickness. And then the first house is you. It's the chart holder itself. And so I give you a recorded reading of that of those houses, and I do go over the aspects within for those houses. And so if you would like to get one of those, you can. It does come with a 30-minute Q&A that you get with me after the recording is delivered. You can schedule that. And then you also get a Google Doc of your life path, because I do believe that your life path has a lot to do with your chart, especially your North Node placement. Okay. So if you would like to book one of those, you can definitely do so. The link is in the description. Okay. And so we're almost done here with this. Now, I do want to go over um, some things you can do, some powerful tools in helping you to mitigate the effects of the challenging aspects in your chart. Okay. You can get some gemstones, you can get some amethyst, some citrine. Citrine is believed to bring warmth and positivity. And so you can use that to counterbalance the effect of challenging aspects with the sun or in Leo. Amethyst is known for its calming energy and can help alleviate stress and promote mental clarity. If your challenges are relating to Saturn or heavy Capricorn, and then black tourmaline, this grounding stone is effective for transmuting negative energy. And so if you have a lot of Mars or challenging aspects with Mars or Aries, then you can get some of that. Okay. Um, and then we have, if you want to do some rituals, like we have the new moon coming up on the 9th, which is Friday. And so you can do a new moon ritual, and you can use the energy of the new moon to set intentions related to your challenging aspects. And you can create a ritual involving meditation, journaling, and visualization to align with positive transformation. Okay. And then if you want to connect with the element that is associated with those challenging aspects. So for example, if you have quite like Mars challenging aspects, then you can work with fire, or for like moon related challenges, you can work with water, and then earth for Saturn. And then if you have challenging aspects, say with like Mercury, do air. Okay. Now, you want to embrace your challenges as a catalyst for growth, okay? And so resilience is the capacity to bounce back from adversity. And so if you are watching me, if you are following my channel, then you have definitely gone through some adversity. Divorce is no joke. It is not easy, and it is literally a form of death, okay? And so you go through the death process. And so, you have to have resilience in order to bounce back from that. You have to mentally tell yourself that I will not let this take me down. I won't let it kill me. Okay. And so when you foster that resilient mindset, you can view your challenging astrological configurations as not insurmountable hurdles, but as catalysts for your personal and spiritual growth, which honestly, that's really all it is. Okay. And so shift your perspective and recognize that the challenges offer unique opportunities for you to develop inner strength and resilience. Okay. Um, Resilience also involves building mental and emotional toughness to face setbacks, okay? Because there will be some setbacks on your divorce recovery experience, and you might be questioning yourself, like, how did I get here? Okay. You know, you don't want to go back to marriage. And if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. First, let me say that. If you feel like you should have never gotten divorced and that, you know, you should have stayed the divorce, there's nothing wrong with that. Right. Um, but you have to get to a point in your mind to where you're just like, I know there's been a lot of setbacks. I know things haven't flowed for me the way I wanted them to flow for me. Life is not looking how I wanted it to look. However, I am choosing not to give up. I am choosing to continue to move forward and walk through these difficulties no matter what. Okay. And so when you have a resilient mindset, that enables you to endure your challenges with grace and with determination. Okay. And this thought, it really builds up your inner sense of empowerment. Okay. And so resilient individuals also adapt to change and adversity. And so when it comes to astrology, things are changing, and not like basic, not like your chart change, but things are always changing because the chart is not a dead chart, it's a living chart. And so the transits, okay, the transits is what allows the chart to be a living chart. And so you want to remember that having a resilient mindset allows you to adapt to the shifts that are going to be going on within your chart, finding strength and flexibility. All of this movement and change is for us so that we don't get stagnant or stay stagnant if we've gotten stagnant. Okay. All right. And so if you found a value in tonight's episode, then please do share it out so that another woman going through on her divorce recovery journey can find value as well. Okay. And so let me know in the comments if you've pulled your chart. Okay. How many squares do you have? How many opposites do you have? Right? Do you have any conjunctions? And if so, is it conjunct to Saturn or Mars? Okay. Um, and let me know in the comments, okay? And so, again, if you would like to work with me, if you would like to get a recorded healing audit, you can definitely do so. The link is in the description. If you have not gotten your free copy of my natal healing framework, okay, then you definitely want to get that as well. If you have not pulled your birth chart, or you're thinking, oh my gosh, does it cost money for me to pull my birth chart? No, it does not. You can go on astro.com. It is absolutely free. And there is a tutorial on the homepage under the campus tour section. You can go and watch that, and it'll show you exactly how to pull your birth chart. Okay. All right. I think that is all that I have for tonight. Thank you for watching. If you have watched up to this end, I so do appreciate you. And yeah, so catch you on the next episode of Astrology After Dark. And remember that possibilities are endless. If you can see it in your mind, then you can definitely hold it in your hand. Okay. And that should make you smile because you are the one that creates your reality. Okay. Have a good one.